KNEO Sports. Welcome to high school baseball on 91.7 KNEO.
This is a sporting outreach of Sky High Radio Network. KNEO Sports.
Now, let's go to the game.
And a pleasant good afternoon, and welcome you to Aurora, Missouri, as we get set for high school baseball here on the KNEO Sports Network. It is the number 5 seed, the Cassville Wildcats, coming in at 8-19 overall, versus the number 4 seed, the East Newton Patriots, coming in at 7-18 overall. I'm Ben Wolcott with you for all the action here this afternoon, as it is the Class 4 District 12 quarterfinals. The winner of this contest will face the Seneca Indians on Monday afternoon here in Aurora. That first pitch is scheduled for 4 p.m. The loser has their season done and over with. Your countdown to first pitch sponsors: East Newton School District and Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. These two teams have matched up twice this year, once in Cassville and once in Granby, Missouri. And East Newton has come away with wins both times. They opened up the Cassville Seneca Invitational with a win over Cassville 5-4. And then in the regular season, the Patriots came away with a win over Cassville 7-4. That is how East Newton gets to be the home team here this afternoon in this contest versus the Cassville Wildcats. We will go ahead, take a timeout, come back, start to preview the matchup after this on the KNEO Sports Network.
This portion of broadcasting is sponsored by England Tax and Accounting, located at 615 Ozark, the main street in Stella, Missouri, offering tax preparation and accounting services for individuals, farms, and businesses. England Tax and Accounting in Stella, Missouri. For appointments, their phone number is 417-628-3406, or more information online at englandtax.net. The East Newton School District is a proud supporter of the East Newton Patriots and is proud of the accomplishments of the student athletes in today's game. They want to wish them much success and thank them for their hard work and dedication. Go Patriots from all your fans at the East Newton School District. Proud to support the East Newton Patriots and KNEO Radio.
Looking for a church that feels like home? Drive over to Silver Moon Full Gospel Church at 8305 Otter Drive, north of Neosho, Missouri, off Highway 59 and MM. Grounded in the Bible, where Christ is exalted, lives are changed, and love is lived out. They meet Sundays at 10 a.m. and Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. in person and online, plus programming for all ages. To find out more, call 417-388-2994. Silver Moon Full Gospel Church cheers on the East Newton Patriots.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is GTC Broadband. They would like to wish all the area teams much success both in the classroom and during their athletic competitions. GTC Broadband is located at 126 South Beaver Avenue in Granby, Missouri, and serve customers in the Granby and Diamond area. They offer internet and telephone service to both homes and businesses. To learn more, their website is www.gtcbroadband.net or by phone at 417-472-6211.
I'm Bryce Johnson with this Unpacking It Sports and Faith Minute. In his Hall of Fame induction speech, former Eagles safety Brian Dawkins said that much of his success could be attributed to the pain that he experienced. His stories of overcoming adversity were great reminders that character development happens during significant seasons of pain and suffering. As followers of Jesus, God uses our desperate seasons of life to reveal himself. Times of testing are used to strengthen us and prepare us to do what he has in store. The Bible tells us, do not be surprised at the fiery trial when it comes upon you to test you, as though something strange were happening to you. But rejoice insofar as you share Christ's sufferings, that you may also rejoice and be glad when his glory is revealed. So today, let's view our pain as an opportunity that can lead to success. Through perseverance, we can glorify God and bless others. I'm Bryce Johnson, and you can unpack that. For more, go to unpackingit.com.
Attention all former athletes and sports fans, it's time to get back in the game, become an official. It's great part-time income and you can get back in the game. Start today by finding out how. Contact the Misha office by calling 573-875-4880 or visiting misha.org. Still about 15 minutes away here from first pitch in Aurora as we get set for the Class 4 District 12 quarterfinals. This East Newton team is looking to get back to their winning ways. They ended the season with 2 straight losses. They have lost 7 of their last 8. Their last win was senior night against Ash Grove on May 4th, beat them 12-10, and that actually snapped a 5-game losing skid for them. And for the Cassville Wildcats, they have lost 9 of their last 11, but they ended the regular season with a win, so they are trying to carry that momentum into today. They lost 9 of their last 11. Like we said, beat Blue Eye. I believe that was Monday, 14-1. And then their last win before that was Clever on May 4th as well. Winner of this contest will get to face the 1-seed Seneca on Monday afternoon here in Aurora. That will be a 4 o'clock start time here from Aurora. You look at this matchup by the numbers. East Newton 1-4 in neutral sites. Cassville 1-4 in neutral sites. East Newton 4.5 runs a game while giving up 8. Cassville 5.7 runs while giving up 7.6. You look at the matchup, and it's actually been 4 straight wins for this East Newton team, and one of them was in the district tournament last year as they were the 4-seed, beat the 5-seed Cassville in that district tournament, and then fell to Seneca in the semis last year. So you look here, last time Cassville beat this East Newton Patriot team was back in, it looks like 2023 when they fell 8-2, the final score there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here between these two teams. Starting lineup sponsored by Silver Moon Full Gospel Church and Max Steel. Let's get you those starting lineups. First for the Cassville Wildcats, coming in at 8-19 overall. Leading off is the designated hitter, number 18, Spencer Drollinger. Batting second and playing first base, number 10, Chase Roark. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 6, Mason Bryan. The cleanup hitter is the center fielder, number 1, Easton Hughes. Batting fifth and doing the catching, number 11, Colton Roark. Batting sixth and playing third base, number 3, Lawton England. Batting seventh and playing left field, number 23, Lucas Hudson. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 8, Grant. And I sometimes have a hard time reading my own handwriting. That's Varner. That is a V, Grant Varner. And then batting ninth is the right fielder, number 7, Baxton Cornell. Their extra player is their starting pitcher here this afternoon. That is number 2, Jared Stearns. Now the starting lineup for the East Newton Patriots here this afternoon. Leading things off is the left fielder, number 4, Tucker Larson. Batting second and playing shortstop, number 0, Caden Cole. Batting third and doing the pitching, number 1, Braden Van Loo. The cleanup hitter is the catcher, number 3, Tanner Woods. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 8, Carson Reinhardt. Batting sixth is the designated hitter, number 20, Leighton Pilcher. Batting seventh and playing first base, number 13, Grant Friend. Batting eighth and playing right field, number 24, Ajoku Cisse. And batting ninth and playing center field, number 14, Wyatt Dunn. Extra player for the Patriots this afternoon is their second baseman, number 12, Ben Howe. Go ahead, take another timeout, come back with more as we get set for action here between East Newton and Cassville here on the KNEO Sports Network.
Max Steel Incorporated in Diamond, Missouri is proud to be supporting this portion of the game. They specialize in metal building supplies, including residential and commercial garage doors, vinyl siding, plus windows and insulation for commercial and residential. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. till noon. Max Steel Incorporated, located at 17982 Elder Road in Diamond, Missouri, or online at maxsteelinc.com. 417-325-5300.
Clark Funeral Homes, with 2 locations, 312 South Wood Street in Neosho and Highway B at Highway 86 in Granby, is proud to be a part of these local communities. Established in 1890, they specialize in a variety of funeral service options, including traditional, cremation, and graveside services. They also offer monuments. Clark Funeral Homes, 417-451-2345, or online at clarkfuneralhomes.com, a sponsor of KNEO.
J&K Meats is a sponsor of KNEO's Broadcasting, located on Highway A 1 mile east of Stella. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Saturdays till noon. J&K Meats specialize in all types of custom butchering, from farm animals to wild game, and offering snack sticks, jerky, plus the curing of ham and bacon. From the pasture to the complete processing experience. 417-628-5655. Open late during deer season.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
I'm Bryce Johnson with this Unpacking It Sports and Faith Minute. When players' contracts are about to expire, general managers in sports must decide whether trading or re-signing those players would be best for the team. The decision between re-signing or trading also takes place in our own hearts and minds. We must choose between staying in our old life of sin or trading temporary pleasures for eternal satisfaction found in Jesus. We can either sign an extension with our former habitual ways or move on to a new beginning with Jesus. Proverbs 26:11 provides this descriptive and graphic example. Like a dog that returns to his vomit is a fool who repeats his folly. Although many teams will elect to re-sign their players, as followers of Jesus, we must refrain from re-signing with our former way of life and instead trade our former patterns of sin for a new life because of God's grace through Jesus. I'm Bryce Johnson, and you can unpack that. For more, go to unpackingit.com.
And we welcome you back as we get the starting lineups introduced as well as the national anthem here, and then we'll get ourselves underway. Like we said, this is the opening of the Class 4 District 12 tournament, the 4-5 matchup as East Newton and Cassville, the winner, will get to play Seneca on Monday. The 2 and 3 seed matchup is Aurora and Monette. Aurora, the 2 seed, Monette, the 3 seed. Aurora and the Monette will play at 6 o'clock Monday night. And then the district championship game is supposed to be on Tuesday afternoon at 5 o'clock. Obviously, there is a chance of some weather Tuesday. There's a little bit chance of weather on Monday, but we think most of that weather will hold off until after the games get in. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens for potentially that game on Tuesday night. But it's interesting here. It's a pretty wide open Class 4 District 12. Obviously, these two teams, all you can ask for is the opportunity to compete for another day and play against Seneca. You look at the top 3 seeds, they all have beaten each other. Seneca beat Monette, Monette beat Aurora, and Aurora beat Seneca. So it will be interesting to see what happens in those semifinals and district championship on Tuesday. And you look, all 3 of those teams, those are the last 3 district champions. Monette beat Seneca in 2023 on a walk-off walk. Aurora was the 4 seed. They beat the 3 seed Mount Vernon when that was in Seneca a couple years ago. And then Seneca won last year over Aurora in Monette. We'll go ahead and take a timeout for the anthem. Come back with the start of the game after this on the KNEO Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
A business impact partner of KNEO is ProLube Tire and Auto Center in Neosho. Serving the area since 2001, they're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. ProLube Tire and Auto Center offers tire and brake repair, as well as transmission service, front-end alignments, and more. Located at 1406 North Business 49 in Neosho. More information 417-526-4984 or online at proluberepair.com.
Helping sponsor this portion of KNEO is Cassville Metal Building Supplies, 417-455-2525. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. until noon. They offer Mid-America garage doors and LiftMaster openers. They also have material for metal buildings, roofs, and more. Cassville Metal Building Supplies, 5 miles east of Walmart on Highway 59, 417-455-2525.
And we welcome you back as we get set for action here this afternoon between Cassville and East Newton here in Aurora. Start of the game, 76 degrees and cloudy skies. Not much of a breeze at the moment. As it says, the wind about 6 miles an hour. Here this afternoon, dimensions of the ballpark here in Aurora. 310 down the right and left field lines, 345 to the power alleys, and 365 to dead center. Once again, Cassville's lineup will look like this. Spencer Drollinger leads things off. Chase Roark batting second. Mason Bryan third. Easton Hughes is the cleanup hitter. Colton Roark fifth. Lawton England sixth. Lucas Hudson seventh. Grant Varner eighth. And Baxton Cornell ninth. East Newton will look like this in the field. Tucker Larson in left, Wyatt Dunn in center, and Ajoku Cisse in right field, left to right. In the infield, Carson Reinhardt at third base. Your shortstop here this afternoon is Caden Cole, Ben Howe at second base, and Grant Friend at first base. Tanner Woods catches Braden Van Loo here this afternoon. Newton, the gray pants, red tops, white trim, and numbers. Cassville, the gray pants, black tops, gold trim, and numbers here this afternoon. As Van Loo is just finishing his warm-up tosses here. It is the Class 4 District 12 quarterfinals winner will face Seneca on Monday at 4 o'clock here in Aurora. Loser will start their summer. As Spencer Drollinger will get things underway here for Cassville. Drollinger, Roark, and Bryan, the three scheduled hitters here against Van Loo. As Drollinger steps in the box. And first pitch will come 2 minutes early. 11:58 first pitch. Here comes that first pitch, and that fastball is over for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Basically playing Drollinger straight up, center fielder, done a couple paces to the right of the second base bag. The 0-1 breaking ball hits the outside corner, and the count quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here. As here comes the 0-2 offering from Van Loo. That is inside, and the count is 1-2. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Newmac Electric, East Newton School District, Watered Gardens, Christian Healthcare Ministries, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. 1-2 the count here on the opening batter of the day, Spencer Drollinger. Here comes the 1-2. That is outside. Fastball misses his location. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count here on Drollinger. Had an 0-2 count, now makes it 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 offering from Van Loo, and that ball never had a chance. It stays way outside, and the count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes as he has worked it from 0-2 to 3-2. Full count here on Drollinger, and scoring first in district play is always keys to success as that pitch is inside for ball 4. So after getting ahead of Drollinger 0-2, Van Loo loses him. Chase Roark will come to the plate here for the Wildcats. So runner on first is Drollinger. Roark at the plate. These 2 teams played 2 very competitive games, one in Cassville and one in Granby. As here comes the first pitch from Van Loo to Roark. Swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. Met at the beginning of the season in the Cassville Seneca Invitational. They were in the same pool, and East Newton won that contest by a score of 5-4. As here comes the 0-1 offering, trying to bunt. It is a good bunt. Van Loo fields it, throws to first, low throw, nice pick over at first base by the first baseman Friend. It's a 1-3 put out, sack bunt. Allows the runner to get into scoring position. And Drollinger, as Mason Bryan will come to the plate. So Bryan has a runner in scoring position here. Talk about how you get a run in. Puts pressure on the opposing team. Scoring first in district play is always critical because it gets late early. Here comes the first pitch. That misses the inside corner, and the count is 1-0. So Bryan will step back into the box. Runner at second is Drollinger. Talk about how walks and errors kill you all the time. They were ahead 0-2 on Drollinger and couldn't get the strikeout. Here comes the 1-0, and that stays high, and the count is 2-0. I have to think Seneca, courtesy of being a 1 seed, will have a little bit of an advantage over the winner of this team. The winner of this game is the 2-0 is in there, hits the top of the strike zone, and the count is 2-1 because you have to think both Cassville and East Newton are using their best pitchers to try and get to that semifinal game. 2-1 the count here on Bryan. As here comes the 2-1 offering. Swung on and missed. Couldn't catch up to the fastball, and the count is 2-2. Van Loo worked it from a 2-0 count to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at second is Drollinger. Here comes the 2-2 offering. Popped in the air. It's going to be in fair territory, and neither of them catch it as the third baseman and the shortstop weren't talking, and it actually just bounced foul. So Bryan gets another life here. Not sure if the shortstop, Cole, was trying to call off the third baseman, Reinhardt, and at the last second, Reinhardt, who was camped underneath it, let it fall, thinking Cole may have called him off. Count remains 2-2 on Bryan, who gets a new life. Comes the 2-2 offering. And that pitch is inside, and the count is full at 3-2. Missed that inside corner. Full count now here on Bryan. Drollinger at second base. East Newton caught a little bit of a break in the fact that pop-up was actually in foul territory. Here comes the full count offering for Van Loo. Popped in the air in foul territory. It is in play, and the catcher, Tanner Woods, is able to catch it for out number 2. As the cleanup hitter, Easton Hughes, will come to the plate here for Cassville. KSN KODE 4-State Sports Report, Promised Land Fellowship, Silver Moon Full Gospel Church, ProLube Maintenance Center, and England Tax and Accounting, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. So here comes the first pitch from Van Loo. I have him shaded to pull a little bit. So center fielder is, so that one swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. Have the center fielder shaded to his left or right of that second base bag. If he could hit opposite field, there is a lot of room to run in left center field. 0-1 the count here on Hughes. Here comes the 0-1, and that gets by the catcher Woods. And taking third on the wild pitch is Drollinger. So now at third base is Drollinger, and a 1-1 count here on Easton Hughes. 2 outs in the inning. Snooten trying to get out of this inning with no runs coming in. As here comes the 1-1 from Van Loo. That gets by the catcher, and the coming in and scoring on the wild pitch is Drollinger. So 2 wild pitches in a row by Van Loo. And Drollinger comes in and scores as that one just sneaks underneath the legs of Tanner Woods, and the count is 2-1 here on Easton Hughes. 2 outs, nobody on now, but a run in for Cassville. 2-1 hits the top of the zone, and the count is 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first. 1 run in. Not courtesy of any hits either. Here comes the 2-2. Misses the inside corner, and the count is full now at 3-2. Set up on the outside corner, and it missed the inside corner. As here comes the 3-2 from Van Loo. Swung on and missed, and that will end the inning. But Cassville does draw first blood here. 1 run on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Half inning in the books. It is Cassville 1 and East Newton coming up.
I learn best by doing.
I enjoy helping others.
I want to leave my mark.
Here, I discovered what I can do and who I can become.
What begins on this campus moves into studios, hospitals, and communities around the globe.
This is Missouri Southern State University.
Explore boldly.
Care deeply.
Impact globally.
One expanded mission built with lion pride.
I'm Bryce Johnson with this Unpacking It Sports and Faith Minute. In recent years, some NFL quarterbacks have begun incorporating brain training into their weekly routines to help them make better decisions and recover from past mistakes. There are benefits of brain training for an NFL quarterback, but there are also similar strategies we can use as followers of Jesus who desire to love God with all of our mind. How we think and what we think about tremendously impacts our view of life. We need to ask ourselves how often we meditate on Scripture, and if we're careful about the thoughts dominating our minds. The Bible says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. Today, let's not allow our minds to race toward negativity or focus on the wrong things. Instead, let's train our brain to be a valuable asset. I'm Bryce Johnson, and you can unpack that. For more, go to unpackingit.com.
Tucker Larson to lead things off for East Newton here in the bottom of the first. Larson, Caden Cole, Braden Van Loo are the first 3. Tanner Woods, Carson Reinhardt, Leighton Pilcher are the next 3. Grant Friend, Ajoku Cisse, and Wyatt Dunn are the final 3. This Cassville will look like this in the field. Lucas Hudson at left field and center field as Easton Hughes right field, Baxton Cornell Left to right in the infield, you have Lawton England at third, Mason Bryant at short. Second base is Grant Varner. First base, Chase Roark. And catching is Colton Roark. Jared Stearns here this afternoon. So that first pitch, it's outside corner, and the count is 0-1. A leadoff walk comes back to bite the Patriots in the top half of the first as the 0-1 is not offered at, and the count is 1-1. But a walk, sack, bunt, and 2 wild pitches allowed Cassville to score the first run of the contest. As here comes the 1-1 to Larson. And that is just outside, maybe low as well, and the count is 2 balls and a strike. And the leadoff hitter here for the Patriots. As here comes the 2-1 offering. That misses the inside corner and low. And the count's 3-1. It's Larson looking to reach here for East Newton as they try and get that run back quickly. 3-1 the count here on Larson. As here comes the 3-1 offering. That hits the outside corner. And the count is full at 3-2. Breeze picking up a little bit here in Aurora. Breezy day for a ball game. As here comes the full count offering. That's fouled out of play. Count will remain 3-2. Wind coming in, so you're going to have a hard time hitting one out here this afternoon. So here comes another full count offering. And he does not offer at it. And the leadoff runner reaches on a walk. Both leadoff batters for both teams have walked this afternoon. Caden Cole will come to the plate here for the Patriots. Runner at first is Larson. See if they try and sacrifice Larson over to second. As Cole took a long look over at his head coach, Jaron Dishman. Swinging away and misses the first pitch. The count is 0-1. Larson over at first base, courtesy of a walk. So here comes the 0-1. That pitch is bounded foul. Past the East Newton dugout. Out of play, and the count is 0-2. Got a high bounce off the turf here. 0-2 the count. So here comes the 0-2 offering from Stearns. That's outside and low. And the count is 1-2. Larson at first. Led off the inning with a walk. 1-2 the count here on Cole. Breaking ball hit in there to center field, and it's going to fall in front of that center fielder. First hit of the game for either team as Caden Cole gets a base hit, and runners are at first and second for Braden Van Loo. Try and help his own cause and get the run back. Number 3 hitter here for the Patriots. Craddock College, GTC Broadband, Max Steel, Big Nickel, and J&K Meats all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. So here comes the first pitch to Van Loo. That's popped in there, foul, and it's going to get out of play behind the first base dugout near the tennis courts. The count is 0-1. Cole on first, Larson on second for the Patriots. They are playing Van Loo to pull. There is a lot of room in right center field. That ball is chopped foul over the East Newton dugout on the third base side. Count quickly 0-2. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Second baseman hold them all. They also have a lot of room on that right side. The count now remains 0-2 as that pitch was fouled out of play behind the first base dugout. Count remains 0-2. As here comes another 0-2 pitch from Stearns. That is in the dirt. Good block there by Roark behind the plate. It's the count now 1-2. Not allowing those those fielders to advance. Breaking ball in the dirt, trying to see if he could get Van Loo to chase. 1-2 the count here on Van Loo. 1-2 is golfed into left field. It's going to fall in front of the left fielder, who's able to get it in quickly. And the bases are loaded for the cleanup hitter, Tanner Woods. Good job there by the left fielder, Lucas Hudson, of getting that ball in quickly. But there's still nobody out here in the first inning, and the bases are full of Patriots. Missouri Southern State University, Cassville, Access Family Care, Toner Connections, and Clark Funeral Homes sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. So here comes the first pitch to Woods, and that's high and outside for a ball, so the count is 1-0. First and third baseman are playing at the cut of the grass, so they'll probably go home. The middle part of the infield will try and turn two as that pitch is swung on and missed, so the count's 1-1. They look like they will give up a run for 2 outs. At least that's the goal. 1-1 the count here on Woods. As here comes the 1-1 from Stearns. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Count 1-2. Best case scenario for Stearns or Cassville would be able to get a strikeout here. 1-2 count on Cole before he was able to hit a single, and a 1-2 count on Van Loo as well. So here comes the 1-2 to Woods. Popped in the air, foul, and that's going to get out of play. This count remains 1-2. He's able to get ahead of these East Newton hitters, but has not been able to find a way to put them away. So here comes another 1-2. And that hits the top of the strike zone for strike 3. And there is one down. Big first out for Cassville. As Carson Reinhardt now will come to the plate for the Patriots. Umpire likes that top of the strike zone. As they are going to play the infield in now. So that first pitch is over for a strike. Counts 0-1, but they have brought the entire infield in with 1 out. I'm not sure if expecting a bunt from Reinhardt or what, but talk about how runs are at a premium early in the game. That ball is fielded, and they're going to throw home. A late decision. One run will come in and score. Now they're going to throw behind him, and he is out at third base. It is a fielder's choice. E3 allows the run to come in and score. That was a nice stab by the first baseman, but he had some indecision on if he wanted to go home or not. And that allowed a run to come in and score, and then a 2-5 put out is able to get the second out. So now runners are at first and second for Leighton Pilcher, but there's 2 gone. It's a nice stab at first by Chase Roark, but so that first pitch is in there for a strike, and the count's 0-1, but that indecision probably cost himself a run. So we're tied at 1, 0-1 the count. That pitch hit on a couple hops too. Shortstop boots it, and reaching first base is Pilcher. His only play was going to be potentially to third because that's the way the ball had him going towards. But now the bases are loaded for Grant Friend. Tied at 1 here, 2 outs in the inning. That's where getting thrown out at third base cost you, because that cost you an extra run if you're East Newton. Ball hit on a couple hops to second base, able to field it, throw from his knees, and that will end the inning. But for East Newton, they do get 1 run in the inning on 2 base hits. There were 2 errors, and they strand 3. 1 in the books. We are tied at 1 in the Class 4 District 12 quarterfinals from Aurora here on the KNEO Sports Network.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is GTC Broadband. They would like to wish all the area teams much success both in the classroom and during their athletic competitions. GTC Broadband is located at 126 South Beaver Avenue in Granby, Missouri, and serve customers in the Granby and Diamond area. They offer internet and telephone service to both homes and businesses. To learn more, their website is www.gtcbroadband.net or by phone at 417-472-6211.
15 years, CareNet Pregnancy Resource Center has been serving women, men, and their families.
All of our services are free and confidential, and they include
first trimester ultrasounds, STI testing with treatment, and
pregnancy tests, as well as verification and community referrals.
One-on-one education classes for any parent or soon-to-be parent,
along with material assistance.
And we welcome you back as we get set for the top of the second inning here, as the Wildcats will send their 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Colton Roark, Lawton England, and Lucas Hudson, to the plate. 5, 6, 7. As Braden Van Loo begins his second inning of work. So we are tied at 1 after 1. East Newton had a chance to really blow that bottom of the first order open. Couldn't get a hit as that first pitch is outside, maybe low as well. And the count is 1-0. Nobody out. Leadoff hitter here for Cassville, top of the second. So here comes the 1-0 offering from Van Loo. Breaking ball in there for a strike. And the count is 1-1. Keep up on the latest broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X, KNEO 917 Sports. The 1-1 is shot opposite field, foul down that first baseline. First base coach couldn't make the play, and the count is 1-2. As here comes the 1-2 to Roark. That pitch is swung on and missed. Going to have to throw down to complete it. And they aren't able to do it. It's a strikeout on the play. But then the lollipop throw by the catcher bounces in front of the first baseman. And he's unable to tag the bag before Roark reaches. So it's an error on the catcher. And a runner is on as Lawton England will come to the plate. Sloppy start to the game for both these teams. 2 errors by Cassville in the bottom of the first, and now an error here in the top of the second. So that first pitch is over for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Both teams got 1 run in the inning. Cassville got theirs without courtesy of a hit. As here comes the 0-1 pitch from Van Loo. Runner off on the pitch. And in there safely with the stolen base is Roark. So that pitch was outside for a ball, so the count's 1-1 on England. Now Cassville has a runner in scoring position. So here comes the 1-1 offering. Breaking ball just outside. Can't hit that outside corner. And the count is 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count here on the number 6 hitter for Cassville, Lawton England. 2-1, swung on and missed. Couldn't hit the high fastball. And the count now goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Van Loo looking for that first out. He would love it to be via strikeout. Here comes the 2-2, and not offering at it is England, and the count is full at 3-2. Still nobody out here in the top of the second. As here comes the full count offering to England. That pitch is yanked foul, out of play. Count remains 3-2. Cassville is making Van Loo throw a lot of pitches through an inning plus. This is the fourth batter to have a full count. So here comes another 3-2 offering. That pitch misses the bottom of the zone, and runners will be at first and second as Lucas Hudson comes to the plate. You're getting to the bottom of the lineup, so you wonder if at some point you try and sacrifice runners over. But you have your 8 and 9 hitters behind them. As here comes this Van Loo steps off and now steps back on. Got to redo the signs here between Van Loo and his catcher Woods. As he squares to bunt early, they have the second baseman already charging over to first. As that pitch is bunted foul, counts 0-1. If you take the bat back and you slap it to right field, you can run for a while because the second baseman, who is supposed to cover, he was at first base by the time the ball was pitched. So if you pull the bat back, you potentially could get a single. He's going to square again. It's bunted. Beautiful bunt. Van Loo fields it, throws to first. It is a 1-4 put out, but the sacrifice bunt does what it needed to do. The runners are at second and third for Grant Varner. So see if the bottom of the lineup can produce for Cassville. These are those types of situations that become critical in district play. East Newton had the bases loaded with nobody out and can only score a run in the bottom half of the first. That pitch is poked foul, out of play towards the tennis courts, and the count is 0-1. Gets tight early in these contests. We said it's win and advance to play Seneca. You lose, you start your summer vacation. 0-1 the count. Breaking ball hits the outside corner, and the count's 0-2. One out here in the top of the second. As here comes the 0-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Van Loo as Baxton Cornell will come to the plate. And we may have a courtesy runner for Colton Roark, as that is going to be number 22. I thought that was a 22, which I don't have a 22 on my roster, so not sure who. There's a courtesy runner over there, but not sure who it is. It's Baxton Cornell. We'll dig in. So that first pitch is fouled. It counts 0-1. Bodie Hodge is the runner over at third base. So runners at second and third here as Van Loo trying to get out of this inning with no damage after the thrown error by his catcher. So that pitch gets behind Woods. Hodge going to come in and try and score, and it hits Van Loo. Van Loo doesn't know where it went. Second runner going to come in, and he is out at the plate. So one run scores on the wild pitch. The second runner is tagged out as the second one, I think it was the second baseman. I'll say 4-2 on the putout. I'm not sure who it was, but that's who I'll give it to. But Cassville does take a 2-1 lead here in the inning. Once again, courtesy of no hits. They score another run in the inning, no hits. There was an error, and they don't strand anybody. We head to the bottom of the second. It is 2-1 Cassville.
Loud noise! What you want, do?
We were dispatched out here to the old 1400 block. Got some suspicious activity back in the alleyway. 1023, we've got 2 suspects moving a lot of boxes back here in the alley. We're going to approach and find out what's going on here. You two, let me see some ID.
Hey, we're the office concept guys. We're selling and moving copiers as fast as we can go.
104 HQ, this is just a copier company with a lot of sales going on.
Copy that.
WG Marketplace isn't your average thrift store. Think boutique vibes with a mission. Every dollar you spend helps those struggling with homelessness through Watered Gardens Ministries. WG Marketplace. Shop with purpose. Give with impact.
Sponsoring the East Newton Patriots is Promised Land Fellowship on the south side of Highway 86 across from East Newton High School. Promised Land Fellowship has services on Sundays at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. They also have children, youth, and adult services on Wednesday nights at 7. Promised Land Fellowship on the south side of 86 Highway across from the high school, proudly supporting the Patriots.
Bottom 2 here in Aurora. 2-1 Cassville has the lead. 8-9-1 here for the Patriots. Joku Cisse, Wyatt Dunn, and then the top of the order and Tucker Larson. Jared Stearns begins his second inning of work. It'll work through bases loaded, and Cassville only scored, or excuse me, Easton only scored a run. As that pitch is hit into foul territory, but a nice job coming over and catching that in foul territory is the right fielder Cornell. And Cisse is retired on the very first pitch he sees, as Wyatt Dunn will come to the plate here for the Patriots. Then you get back to the top of the order and Tucker Larson, who reached and scored on a walk his first time up. As here comes the first pitch. Does not offer. The count is 1-0. They did check down at first base, but the first base umpire did not say he went. As Roark trying to get his communication device settled. 1-0 the count here on Dunn. Comes the 1-0 offering. That's in the dirt. And the count is 2-0. One out here in the bottom of the second. So here comes the 2-0, and that's fouled at the plate. And the count is 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count here on Wyatt Dunn. Opening game of the Class 4 District 12 tournament. Winner faces Seneca on Monday, 4 o'clock. Here comes the 2-1. That hits the top of the zone, and the count's 2-2 now on Dunn. Aurora and Monette, the other semifinal Monday night. That game's scheduled for 6 o'clock. 2-2 the count here on Dunn. Here comes the 2-2 from Stearns. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Stearns, as now East Newton gets back to the top of the lineup, as they will send Tucker Larson to the plate. He walked and eventually scored on a throwing error. As the breeze picks up once again. We said it is coming in, so you have a hard time hitting one out here this afternoon. So that first pitch is outside for a ball. It counts 1-0. If Larson can erase, Caden Cole would come to the plate. So here comes the 1-0 from Stearns. Nubbed down that third baseline. It's a fair ball on the third baseman. It was charging, and he couldn't get it. That was going to be a tough play for England. Goes underneath his glove. Infield single for Larson as Caden Cole come to the plate. 2 outs. As East Newton trying to start a rally here. Singled his first time up. Dunked it in right in front of the center fielder. See if Larson tries to take second at all. Not a big lead as that first pitch misses the inside corner, and the count is 1-0. Only a couple step lead over at first base for Tucker Larson. So here comes the 1-0 pitch. That ball hit to third. Nice play by England. Goes the short way to shortstop. To second base. It is a 5-4 putout. And that will end the inning. For East Newton, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the third inning. Cassville up 2-1.
Max Steel Incorporated in Diamond, Missouri is proud to be supporting this portion of the game. They specialize in metal building supplies including residential and commercial garage doors, vinyl siding, plus windows and insulation for commercial and residential. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. till noon. Max Steel Incorporated located at 17982 Elder Road in Diamond, Missouri or online at maxsteelinc.com. 417-325-5300.
This portion of broadcasting is sponsored by England Tax and Accounting, located at 615 Ozark, the main street in Stella, Missouri, offering tax preparation and accounting services for individuals, farms, and businesses. England Tax and Accounting in Stella, Missouri. For appointments, their phone number is 417-628-3406 or more information online at englandtax.net. The East Newton School District is a proud supporter of the East Newton Patriots and is proud of the accomplishments of the student athletes in today's game. They want to wish them much success and thank them for their hard work and dedication. Go Patriots from all your fans at the East Newton School District. Proud to support the East Newton Patriots and KNEO Radio.
Baxton Cornell will lead off the third here, 9-1-2. Cornell, Drollinger, and Roark. As Cassville has scored in both innings without getting a hit. So here comes the first pitch from Van Loo. That is high and inside. Counts 1-0 as Van Loo Cornell able to get out of the way of that one. 1-0 the count here on Cornell. So here comes the 1-0 offering from Van Loo. That hits the outside corner, and the count is 1-1. 9-1-2 for Cassville here in the top of the third. Walk eventually came around and scored on a couple wild pitches. The 1-1 swung on and missed on the off-speed pitch, and the count's 1-2 in the first. And then a strikeout, but reaching on a throwing error. And then scoring on a wild pitch in the second is how Cassville has gotten their 2 runs. So here comes the 1-2 from Van Loo, and that misses the outside corner. And the count is 2-2. Maybe high as well, but I think it was more outside. 2-2 the count here on Cornell. As here comes the 2-2 offering. And he pokes it foul out of play behind the Cassville dugout. Like we said, Cassville has made Van Loo throw a lot of pitches, as there have been 4 players that have seen a full count. And Cornell a 2-2 count now, but fouling a pitch off. Here comes a 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So 1 down. 4th strikeout of the game as you get back to the top of the order here. And Spencer Drollinger. So 1 out, back to the top of the order as Drollinger walked. Eventually came around and scored in the first inning. Got to second on a sac bunt. And then 2 wild pitches on 2 straight pitches allowed him to come in and score the first run of the game. So that first pitch is inside, and the count's 1-0. Van Loo actually had him at an 0-2 count before throwing 4 straight balls and was not able to get him out. 1-0 the count here on Drollinger as that pitch misses the outside corner. The count is 2-0. For Van Loo, you want to make these guys hit the ball and put it in play. So here comes the 2-0 from Van Loo. Swung on and missed on the fastball. And the count is 2 balls and a strike. 1 out here in the top of the third. So here comes the 2-1. And he misses the high fastball there. Got caught chasing. And the count's 2-2 as Van Loo has worked it from 2-0 to 2-2. As here comes the 2-2 offering from Van Loo. And he hits that ball foul down the third baseline. And the count remains 2 strikes. Hit hard, got a piece of it, and kept himself alive. Count remains 2 strikes. Here comes another 2-2 offering. That pitch hits the inside corner for strike 3. I don't think Drollinger realized that it was strike 3 there for a minute. There's 2 gone now as Chase Roark will come to the plate. No official at bat on the afternoon as he had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. 2 gone here. So that first pitch is outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. He's gotten in a little bit of a groove as Roark after wild into the second. 1-0 the count here on Roark. Ball lifted in there down the left field line. It's curving foul. It's going to get out of play just past the bullpens, the home bullpens here in Aurora. 1-1 the count here on Roark. 2 outs in the inning. So here comes the 1-1 offering. And that 1-1 is hit back up the middle. Shortstop going to make the play, throw to first in time. A 1-2-3. Top of the third, we head to the bottom half of the third. Still 2-1 Cassville.
Looking for a church that feels like home? Drive over to Silver Moon Full Gospel Church at 8305 Otter Drive, north of Neosho, Missouri, off Highway 59 and MM. Grounded in the Bible, where Christ is exalted, lives are changed, and love is lived out. They meet Sundays at 10 a.m. and Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. In person and online, plus programming for all ages. To find out more, call 417-388-2994. Silver Moon Full Gospel Church cheers on the East Newton Patriots.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is GTC Broadband. They would like to wish all the area teams much success both in the classroom and during their athletic competitions. GTC Broadband is located at 126 South Beaver Avenue in Granby, Missouri, and serve customers in the Granby and Diamond area. They offer internet and telephone service to both homes and businesses. To learn more, their website is www.gtcbroadband.net or by phone at 417-472-6211.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
3, 4, 5, the scheduled hitters here for East Newton in the third. Braden Van Loo, Tanner Woods, and Carson Reinhardt. As here comes the first pitch to Van Loo, and that hits the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. Van Loo singled his first time, Woods struck out, and Reinhardt reached on a fielder's choice. 0-1 the count here on Van Loo. As here comes the 0-1 offering. That pitch is low and outside, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count here on Van Loo. Newton had the bases loaded in the first with nobody out and was only able to push across 1 run. 1-1 the count here on Van Loo. Here comes the 1-1. That pitch stays up and the count 2-1. Here on the leadoff hitter for East Newton. Cassville got 2 runs, 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Both of them without courtesy of a base hit. Here comes the 2-1. Van Loo pokes that one down the right field line foul, and that's going to get out of play. The count now 2-2. Snooten 3 hits over their 2 innings of work, but only 1 run to show for it. 2-2 the count here on Van Loo. So here comes the 2-2 offering. At 2-2, breaking ball is lifted in there to center field and deep. Center fielder going back, and it's over his head, and that's going to roll all the way to the wall, as it will be at least a triple on the play, and they're going to hold him at third base. So they get the ball in, but Van Loo hit that one to the deepest part of the ballpark over the center fielder's head, and it's a triple here to start the third inning. As the tying run is at third base now for Tanner Woods, who struck out looking his first time up. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, New Mac Electric, East Newton School District, Watered Gardens, and Christian Healthcare Ministries sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. Stern's going to have to try and wiggle his way out of this one. So here comes the first pitch to Woods, and that's popped in the air, foul out of play. Counts 0-1. Cassville playing first baseman, cut of the grass. Third baseman even with the bag. Middle infield willing to give up a run for an out. So here comes the 0-1. That 0-1 breaking ball is shot foul just past the East Newton dugout, and the count quickly 0-2. Is a lot of foul territory here in Aurora. Fence does jut in a little bit once you get past the dugouts and the bullpens. But there is a ton of foul territory as that breaking ball stays high and the count 1-2. Not a deep backstop, though. If the ball, and there's padding back there, if it ricochets, it comes back to the catcher pretty quickly. 1-2, hits the outside corner for strike 3. That is the first out of the inning, a big first out for Jared Stearns. As Carson Reinhardt will come to the plate. He reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. That was the third strikeout of the game for Stearns. And now the infield comes in once again. Reinhardt hit a ball hard to first base. First baseman fielded it, but threw wildly home, and that's how East Newton got their first run of the game, as that first pitch is a ball and the count is 1-0. So they reached on their fielder's choice, and then the throwing error allowed him to get to second base. So here comes the 1-0. Did he offer at it? They're going to check. They're going to say he went, and the count is 1-1. 1-1 the count here on Reinhardt. Runner at third is Van Loo, who tripled to start the inning. As here comes the 1-1 from Stearns. That ball hit to the right side and through for a single. RBI single for Carson Reinhardt. We are tied at 2. You don't play the infield in, you probably still give up a run, but second baseman probably has a better chance of getting that out at first base. So Leighton Pilcher will come to the plate. He reached on a throwing error by the shortstop his first time up. Third baseman is expecting a bunt, it looks like. That first pitch misses the inside corner, and the count is 1-0. KSN KOD, 4-State Sports Report, Promised Land Fellowship, Silver Moon Full Gospel Church, Prolu Maintenance Center, England Tax and Accounting, all sponsoring the broadcast. 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike, and the runner is out because of, they're going to call batter's interference, and so that will be the second out of the inning. Or does he just get put back to first base? The batter is out? The batter is out on batter's interference, so Pilcher is out, and the runner will go back to first. There are 2 down as Grant Friend will come to the plate as he grounded out to second base his first time up. So that first pitch is high for a ball. The count's 1-0. 1-0 the count here on Friend. Reinhardt over at first base. Comes the 1-0. That hits the outside corner. And the count's 1-1. Bottom 3, we are tied at 2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. So here comes the 1-1. That misses the outside corner. Counts 2-1 on Friend now. 2-1 the count. As here comes the 2-1 offering from Stearns. That ball is lifted in the air to center field, and he will snag it for the final out of the inning. For East Newton, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and they strand 1. 3 in the books. We're tied at 2.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
Americans have a big healthcare problem. Over 100 million citizens carry medical debt while spending on overpriced and complicated health insurance. As Christians, we don't have to pay for a broken system. Christian Healthcare Ministries is a faith-based alternative to health insurance at half the cost. Plus, you can enroll at any time. Stand up to insurance and join CHM today.
Modern man does not like to think of God in terms of wrath, anger, and judgment. He likes to make God in his own idealism and give God the characteristics he wants him to possess.
So, what's so bad about that? Well, Billy Graham explained.
This modern God has the attributes of love, mercy, and forgiveness, but without justice. This means an absence of judgment and punishment for sin. To have meaning, man's life must be based upon law and a lawgiver. The Bible teaches that God is going to judge man. Today, Christ is our lawyer, our Savior, willing to forgive and to cleanse and forget. Secondly, you must receive Christ as your Lord and Savior, and you can receive him right now and trust him.
If you'd like to know more about that, go to findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Mason Bryan to lead off the third inning here for Cassville as Van Loo throws out, and that ball is hit deep to center field. The center fielder out there, Wyatt Dunn, able to make an over-the-shoulder catch. Hardest hit ball that Cassville has hit today, and a nice catch out there in center field by Dunn, and there is 1 out. As Easton Hughes will come to the plate. Hughes, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Not sure if the wind knocked that down at all, but the wind, like we said, is coming in from center field. Here comes the first pitch to Hughes. That ball is roped down the right field line. It's fair. It's going to bounce up against the fence. It's easily a double for Hughes, and he will truck in there with Cassville's first hit of the afternoon. 2 runs Cassville had scored without courtesy of a base hit. Not sure what the umpires are talking about. They're conversing about something. As Hughes is sitting at second with 1 out. Home plate umpire, field umpire are talking about something. Now, we're not privy to the conversation. And they're going to talk to Hughes. The field umpire is talking to Hughes. Home plate umpire is talking to the coach, and maybe it has something to do with the bat. Maybe a bat flip. It's the only thing I can think of. I was watching the ball, so I didn't see where the bat went. Runner on second for Colton Roark. Roark struck out his first time, but reached on a throwing error and scored. As here comes the first pitch to him. That ball is ripped foul down the third base line. As the count is 0-1. One out here, runner on second is Easton Hughes. Two of the harder hit balls that Cassville has hit today. In this inning, Bryan flew out to center, and then that ball Hughes hit was down the right field line. Comes the 0-1. Does not offer at it. Woods able to block it as the count is 1-1 here on Roark. Tied at 2 here in the top of the fourth inning. As here comes the 1-1 pitch from Van Loo. Long look in, and now comes, and they're going to throw back, and they had him picked off. However, a wild throw. Now they're going to try and come in and score, and in safely is Easton Hughes. They had him picked off, but the throwing error allows the run to come all the way in and score on the play. Third run of the game for Cassville. Two of them unearned thanks to throwing errors. The other one was also scored via wild pitches. 1-1 the count here on Roark. So that pitch is outside, and the count is 2-1. Crowder College, GTC Broadband, Max Steel, Big Nickel, J&K Meats, sponsoring the broadcast. 2-1 the count now on Roark. Here comes the 2-1 offering. That breaking ball hit on a couple hops. Down the third base line, just over the glove of the third baseman. And in safely with the double is Colton Roark. As all of a sudden here in the fourth inning, Cassville has started to figure out Van Loo, and now we'll see if Van Loo is getting pulled or if they're just having a conversation, as Jaron Dishman is going to have a conversation. Today's game is more than a contest between two schools. It's a chance for learning, growth, and community. High school activities teach values like teamwork, integrity, and respect. Friends at KNEO Radio and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind you to do your part, show good sportsmanship, and model respect. Let's preserve Missouri's proud tradition of high school sports. There have been some hard hit balls here in the fourth inning. Fly out to center and then back-to-back doubles as Dishman has a conversation with Van Loo as Lawton England will come to the plate here for Cassville. Still only one out in the inning. As here comes the first pitch to England. Van Loo, long look in. And now here comes that first pitch. That pitch misses the outside corner, and the count is 1-0. As here comes the 1-0 offering from Van Loo. That's high and outside. The count is 2-1. A runner at second base for the Wildcats. Winner faces Seneca on Monday at 4 o'clock. So here comes the 2-0. That ball is poked into short left field. It's going to dunk in for a hit. They're going to send the runner home. It's bobbled in left field. Allows the run to come in and score, and then they get the put out at second base. It's a single for England. The run comes in and scores on the play to make it 4-2. And then it is a 5-4 put out that gets England out as Lucas Hudson will come to the plate. So 2 more runs in the inning here for Cassville, as Hudson does not have an official at bat as that first pitch is a ball. 1-0 the count here on Hudson. As here comes the 1-0 offering. That 1-0 is outside, and the count now 2-0. Missouri Southern State University, Cassville, Access Family Care, Toner Connections, and Clark Funeral Homes all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. So that pitch is a ball, and the count is 3-0. As here comes the 3-0 offering from Van Loo. That is inside for ball 4. I believe that's only the second walk, might be the third walk of the afternoon by Van Loo, and we will have a pitching change here. East Newton down 4-2. We're still in the top of the 4th here on the KNEO Sports Network.
This portion of broadcasting is sponsored by England Tax and Accounting, located at 615 Ozark, the main street in Stella, Missouri, offering tax preparation and accounting services for individuals, farms, and businesses. England Tax and Accounting in Stella, Missouri. For appointments, their phone number is 417-628-3406, or more information online at englandtax.net. The East Newton School District is a proud supporter of the East Newton Patriots and is proud of the accomplishments of the student athletes in today's game. They want to wish them much success and thank them for their hard work and dedication. Go Patriots from all your fans at the East Newton School District. Proud to support the East Newton Patriots and KNEO Radio.
Max Steel Incorporated in Diamond, Missouri is proud to be supporting this portion of the game. They specialize in metal building supplies, including residential and commercial garage doors, vinyl siding, plus windows and insulation for commercial and residential. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. till noon. Max Steel Incorporated, located at 17982 Elder Road in Diamond, Missouri, or online at maxsteelinc.com. 417-325-5300.
Clark Funeral Homes, with 2 locations, 312 South Wood Street in Neosho and Highway B at Highway 86 in Granby, is proud to be a part of these local communities. Established in 1890, they specialize in a variety of funeral service options, including traditional, cremation, and graveside services. They also offer monuments. Clark Funeral Homes, 417-451-2345, or online at clarkfuneralhomes.com, a sponsor of KNEO.
Grant Varner will face Carson Reinhardt, who comes in to pitch. As here comes the 0-1 from Reinhardt. Hit on a hop to second. Throws to first, and that will end the inning. For Cassville, they do get 2 more runs in the inning on 3 base hits. There also was an error, and they strand a 1. 3.5 in the books. It's 4-2 Cassville.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
A business impact partner of KNEO is ProLube Tire and Auto Center in Neosho. Serving the area since 2001, they're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. ProLube Tire and Auto Center offers tire and brake repair, as well as transmission service, front-end alignments, and more. Located at 1406 North Business 49 in Neosho. More information 417-526-4984 or online at proluberepair.com.
Juku Cisse is at the plate here for East Newton, down by 2, 4-2, 8, 9, and 1 for East Newton, as Cisse does offer, trying to bunt his way on and can't hit it, and the count is 0-1. Third baseman was playing back, first baseman playing back, so not necessarily a bad thought process there at first. Now you might see him swing away. 0-1 the count. Here comes the 0-1. That breaking ball hits the outside corner, and the count's 0-2. Keep up on the latest broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X at KNEO917 Sports. 0-2 the count here on Cisse. Here comes 0-2. Low and outside, and the count is 1-2. East Newton had the bases loaded in the first with nobody out and can only get one run. Right now seems to be the biggest difference in the contest. So here comes the 1-2 offering. That's high and inside. And the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. For East Newton, you'd love for Cisse to get on. Here comes the 2-2 offering. That pitch is lifted in the air to right field. It's going to drop in front of that right fielder. So the leadoff hitter is on here for the Patriots in the 4th inning. Wyatt Dunn will come to the plate. Dunn struck out swinging his first time up. See if they have some kind of bunt play on. Third baseman is expecting a bunt here for Cassville, as he is basically even with the pitcher's mound. Dunn does square. It is bunted. That is a good bunt down the first baseline. It is a nice play by Stearns. It's a 1-3 putout. Sacrifice bunt does allow Cisse to get to second. Now you get back to the top of the order, and Tucker Larson, who has reached both times. Once on a single, he's also walked. So runner at second for the Patriots, and now you get to the top of the order. As here comes the first pitch from Stearns. Swung on and missed. Counts 0-1. First baseman is thinking maybe a bunt play because he's creeping in. He's at the cut of the grass right now, and he was creeping in at the pitch. I don't think Larson probably is bunting, though. So here comes the 0-1 offering. That pitch is outside. Gets away from the catcher. Row arc. A wild pitch allows runner to get to third. So now definitely no chance really of a bunt unless you're bunting for a base hit. 1-1 the count here on Larson. As here comes the 1-1 from Stearns. That is outside. The count now 2 balls and a strike. East Newton looking to get that run in. Try and cut the lead in half. Here comes the 2-1. That is the outside corner. And the count's 2-2. Still 1 out in the inning. Runner at third. Here comes the 2-2 offering from Stearns. That 2-2 is hit to second base. Only play is to first. It's a 4-3 putout. RBI ground out on the play, as coming in to score is Cisse. And that makes it 4-3. As now Caden Cole will come to the plate. Cole is 1 for 2, singled in the first, grounded into fielder's choice in the second. Wild pitch pays dividends for the Patriots because that runner got to third and was able to score on that fielder's choice. So that first pitch is outside for a ball. Counts 1-0. 2 matchup here between the 4 and the 5 seed. Expected to be tight, and it is tight. As here comes the 1-0 offering. That ball is ripped down the third base line in front of the left fielder. One hop, so a 2-out single here for Caden Cole. Have to think they may try and get him into scoring position with 2 outs. As Braden Van Loo comes to the plate, he tripled over center fielder's head his last day bat. He's also singled. He's 2 for 2. It's the first pitch. That ball is ripped to left center field and deep, and that ball is gone. It is a 2-run home run for Braden Van Loo. They decided to pitch to him, and he hits a 2-run home run. And just like that, it is 5-4 for East Newton, as Braden Van Loo is now a perfect 3 for 3 on the afternoon. As Tanner Woods will come to the plate. Woods is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. A 2-run home run for Van Loo. Just like that, we have a brand new ball game. That ball was crushed because the wind is coming in a little bit. That breaking ball hits inside corner, and the count is 0-1. Woods 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts on the afternoon. So here comes the 0-1. Breaking ball is in there for a strike, and the count is quickly 0-2. Stearns trying to collect himself after giving up the lead here. Here comes the 0-2 offering. Swung on and missed. They'll have to complete the throwdown, and actually he's able to tag him out. But East Newton in a big inning here. 3 runs in the inning on 3 base hits. There were no errors, and they don't strand anybody. 4 innings in the books. We got a good one here in Aurora. East Newton up 5-4.
Max Steel Incorporated in Diamond, Missouri is proud to be supporting this portion of the game. They specialize in metal building supplies, including residential and commercial garage doors, vinyl siding, plus windows and insulation for commercial and residential. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. till noon. Max Steel Incorporated, located at 17982 Elder Road in Diamond, Missouri, or online at maxsteelinc.com. 417-325-5300.
J&K Meats is a sponsor of Kanios Broadcasting, located on Highway A 1 mile east of Stella. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Saturdays till noon. J&K Meats specialize in all types of custom butchering, from farm animals to wild game, and offering snack sticks, jerky, plus the curing of ham and bacon. From the pasture to the complete processing experience. 417-628-5655. Open late during deer season.
This portion of broadcasting is sponsored by England Tax and Accounting, located at 615 Ozark, the main street in Stella, Missouri, offering tax preparation and accounting services for individuals, farms, and businesses. England Tax and Accounting in Stella, Missouri. For appointments, their phone number is 417-628-3406, or more information online at englandtax.net. The East Newton School District is a proud supporter of the East Newton Patriots and is proud of the accomplishments of the student athletes in today's game. They want to wish them much success and thank them for their hard work and dedication. Go Patriots from all your fans at the East Newton School District. Proud to support the East Newton Patriots and KNEO Radio.
And we welcome you back here. Top 5, Carson Reinhardt, now the pitcher of record for the Patriots, as Braden Van Loo will get a no decision. So that first pitch is a ball, and the count is 1-0 to Baxton Cornell. Caden Cole went from shortstop to third base, and Braden Van Loo went from pitcher to shortstop. That 1-0 is high, and the count is 2-0. Van Loo got a no decision, 3 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. As the 2-0 pitch is lifted in the air, first baseman is going back, and he is going to snag it for out number 1. So 1 out here as Spencer Drollinger comes to the plate. Drollinger 0 for 1 with a walk. So you get back to the top of the order. To think here in the 5th, maybe the 6th, Cassville's best opportunities. So that first pitch is a ball. Counts 1-0. Roark on deck. He's 0 for 1. He also has the sac bunt. So here comes the 1-0 from Reinhardt. That pitch is dribbled foul towards the Cassville dugout. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. It's been a wild one here from Aurora. So here comes the 1-1. Swung on and missed. And the count's 1-2. As here comes the 1-2 from Reinhardt to Drollinger. That's high, and the count's 2-2. For Cassville, single runs in the 1st and the 2nd, and then 2 runs in the 4th. As here comes the 2-2 offering. That misses the inside corner, and the count's full. 3-2 for East Newton. 1 run in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd, and 3 in the 4th. That's how we've gotten to our 5-4 score through 4 innings. As Drollinger foul tips it into the mitt, and that is the 2nd out of the inning. As Chase Roark will come to the plate. First strikeout of the game for Carson Reinhardt. As Roark 0 for 1 grounded it into a 6-3 put out in the 3rd, also had a sac bunt. So here comes the first pitch. Fouled into the screen. The count is 0-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. As here comes 0-1, and that pitch is in the dirt. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Two outs, top 5. 5-4, East Newton has the lead. Here comes the 1-1. That misses the inside corner, and the count is 2-1. Both these teams just trying to find a way to live another day. 2-1 is inside, and the count is 3-1. So here comes 3-1, inside out swing, spoiled foul past the third base dugout. Down that left field line, and the count's full, 3-2. So here comes the full count pitch from Reinhardt. 3-2, spoiled foul. Roark doing a good job of getting a piece and keeping himself alive. As the count remains full here at 3-2. As here comes another full count offering. And it hit him. So runner is on with 2 outs for Mason Bryant. Bryan has fouled out, and he is also flown out to deep center field. Center fielder made an over-the-shoulder catch to get him out to start the 4th inning. 2 outs, runner on for Cassville. Here in the top of the 5th. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Newmac Electric, East Newton School District, Watered Gardens, and Christian Healthcare Ministries sponsoring the broadcast. So here comes the first pitch to Bryan from Reinhardt. That's outside. Good job by Woods to snag it. Not allowed to go to the backstop and allow that tying run into scoring position. Runner at first is Roark. 1-0 the count here on Bryan. As here comes the 1-0 offering from Reinhardt. Runner is off on the play, And in safely at second base with a stolen base is Rourke. The pitch was a strike, so the count's 1-1. That tying run is in scoring position where a base hit would potentially tie this contest at 5. 1-1 the count here on Bryan. Here comes the 1-1. Breaking ball hit up the middle. Shortstop able to snag it. Throw to first. High throw, but a good job there by the first baseman to snag it. And the inning. For East Newton, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 5th. East Newton up 5-4.
Looking for a church that feels like home? Drive over to Silver Moon Full Gospel Church at 8305 Otter Drive, north of Neosho, Missouri, off Highway 59 and MM. Grounded in the Bible, where Christ is exalted, lives are changed, and love is lived out. They meet Sundays at 10 a.m. and Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. In person and online, plus programming for all ages. To find out more, call 417-388-2994. Silver Moon Full Gospel Church cheers on the East Newton Patriots.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is GTC Broadband. They would like to wish all the area teams much success both in the classroom and during their athletic competitions. GTC Broadband is located at 126 South Beaver Avenue in Granby, Missouri, and serve customers in the Granby and Diamond area. They offer internet and telephone service to both homes and businesses. To learn more, their website is www.gtcbroadband.net or by phone at 417-472-6211.
Helping sponsor this portion of KNEO is Cast Steel Metal Building Supplies, 417-455-2525. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. until noon. They offer Mid-America garage doors and LiftMaster openers. They also have material for metal buildings, roofs, and more. Cast Steel Metal Building Supplies, 5 miles east of Walmart on Highway 59, 417-455-2525.
5, 6, and 7 due up for the Patriots here in the 5th inning. Carson Reinhardt, Leighton Pilcher, and Grant Friend for the Patriots as Jared Stearns will begin his 5th inning of work. Reinhardt 1 for 2 on the day. He was reached base both times, once on a fielder's choice, once on a single. Pilcher 0 for 2, reached in the first on an error, and then got called out for batter's interference. Friend 0 for 2, ground out, fly out victim as that first pitch is outside to Reinhardt, and the count is 1-0. Winner plays Seneca on Monday afternoon here from Aurora. It's the 1-0 is popped foul into the screen. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. KSN KOD, 4-State Sports Report, Promised Land Fellowship, Silver Moon Full Gospel Church, Prolube Maintenance Center, England Tax and Accounting, sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. 1-1 the count here on Reinhardt. So that pitch misses the top of the zone, and the count is 2-1. Yes, here comes the 2-1 offering from Stearns. That ball hit up the middle past the shortstop, and it is a single here to start the inning for the Patriots as they look to try and add on to some insurance here. Leighton Pilcher will come to the plate. Like we said, 0 for 2 on the day, reached on an error the first and then called for batter's interference in the third. So Reinhardt over at first base. So here comes the first pitch to Pilcher. That's over for a strike. Counts 0-1. Reinhardt, not a big lead over at first base. Here comes the 0-1. Ball blocked in front of the plate there by the catcher, Roark. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Getting towards the bottom of the lineup here for the Patriots is trying to add insurance. So here comes the 1-1. That hits the outside corner, and the count is 1-2. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-2 the count. Here comes the 1-2 offering. And he fouls that off himself at the plate. Got a piece to keep himself alive, though. Crowder College, GTC Broadband, Max Steel, Big Nickel, J&K Meats sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. 1-2 the count remains here on Pilcher. So here comes another 1-2 from Stearns. Runner off on the play, swung on and missed. And no batter's interference, and it gets away just enough. And taking third on the play is Reinhardt. So it's a stolen base, and then the error allows him to get to third base. It's a strikeout of Pilcher. There's one down as head coach for Cassville is wanting the batter's interference again, but he's not going to win that argument. So Grant Friend will come to the plate. Friend 0 for 2 on the day, ground out and fly out victim. A long conversation here between Simon Beeson, home plate umpire. That's not one you're going to win because the umpire's already got his mind made up. So one out, runner at third. It's Carson Reinhardt looking for some insurance as Cassville brings the infield in knowing how big that run is. That first pitch is fouled back to the screen. It counts 0-1. One out here in the bottom of the 5th. Cassville will send their 4, 5, and 6 hitters to the plate in the 6th. And you know they want to keep this a one-run game. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed. And the count quickly 0-2. Stearns would love another strikeout here. 0-2 the count. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Stearns, and there's 2 outs for Joku Sise, who was 1 for 2 on the afternoon.
Right fielder number 24, Joku Sise.
6th strikeout of the game by Stearns. Now the infield can play back. Sise takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Counts 0-1. Missouri Southern State University, Cassville, Access Family Care, Toner Connections, and Clark Funeral Homes sponsoring the broadcast. The 0-1 swung on and missed, and the count quickly moves to no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. Stearns looking to get out of this inning. So here comes the 0-2 offering. He nubs that down the third baseline. Tough play for the third baseman. Throws to first, and they can't pick it. That run is going to come in and score. Tough play all around, but the infield single will allow an insurance run to come in and score. As Wyatt Dunn will come to the plate. Dunn 0 for 1. He also has a sacrifice bunt to his credit. But so here comes the first pitch to Dunn. Takes a ball and stealing on the play. The pitch was in the dirt anyways, but Sise gets to second base. So another insurance run for the Patriots and scoring position. 1-0 the count here on Dunn. As here comes the 1-0 offering. That pitch stays outside, and the count is 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here in the inning. So you'll get back to the top of the order if Dunn can reach. So here comes the 2-0. That hits the outside corner, and the count is 2-1. 2 outs here in the inning. 1 insurance run in. East Newton looking for another. This here comes the 2-1. That's spoiled foul back to the screen. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. 6-4 East Newton. As Stearns is going to step off the rubber for a second. Now he steps back on. As here comes the 2-2 offering from Stearns to Dunn. Breaking ball hits the inside corner for strike 3. And that will end the inning. But for East Newton, they do score another run in the inning on 2 base hits. It was an error, and they strand 1. 5 innings in the books from Aurora. East Newton has a 6-4 lead.
Maxdale Incorporated in Diamond, Missouri is proud to be supporting this portion of the game. They specialize in metal building supplies including residential and commercial garage doors, vinyl siding, plus windows and insulation for commercial and residential. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. till noon. Maxdale Incorporated located at 17982 Elder Road in Diamond, Missouri or online at maxsteelinc.com. 417-325-5300.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Sponsoring the East Newton Patriots is Promised Land Fellowship on the south side of Highway 86 across from East Newton High School. Promised Land Fellowship has services on Sundays at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. They also have children, youth, and adult services on Wednesday nights at 7. Promised Land Fellowship on the south side of 86 Highway across from the high school, proudly supporting the Patriots.
4-5-6 due up for Cassville here in the 6th as Easton Hughes leads off the inning. Takes the ball and now ropes that one foul. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. 4-5-6 for the Wildcats. As here comes the 1-1 from Reinhardt, and that ball is spoiled foul. And the count is 1-2. Hughes, Roark, and England, the 3 scheduled hitters here for the Wildcats. As here comes the 1-2 offering. Now 1-2 is poked in there to left center field. It will dunk in front of the left fielder. The leadoff runner is on for Cassville here in the 6th. The tying run will come to the plate. Roark 1 for 2. Doubled in the 4th. Reached in the 2nd on a throwing error after striking out. Eventually came around and scored as the sun is poked out for the first time here this afternoon. So here comes the first pitch to Roark from Reinhardt. That is outside. Gets away from the catcher Woods, and taking second on the wild pitch is Easton Hughes. So 1-0 the count here on Roark. 6-4 East Newton with the lead. Grabbed that lead in the 4th on a 2-run home run by Van Loo. As that pitch stays up, counts 2-0. Cassville has had leads of 1-0, 2-1, and 4-2. Newton grabbed a 5-4 lead on the home run. That was their first lead of the game as that 2-0 is over and the count is 2-1. And added an insurance run in the 5th. Make it 6-4, which is where we stand now. So here comes the 2-1 to Roark. That pitch is high. Counts 3-1. Van Loo got a no decision after going 3 2/3, 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Carson Reinhardt now the pitcher of record for the Patriots. The 3-1 is popped up in the air. First baseman calling for it in foul territory. And we'll snag it for out number 1. As Lawton England will come to the plate. here for the Wildcats. England has reached base both times, once on a walk, once on a single. So 1 out, base runner still at second for Cassville and Easton Hughes. So Reinhardt delivers a strike on the outside corner. So the count is 0-1. As here comes the 0-1 offering from Reinhardt. That ball is hit towards shortstop. Van Loo going to throw to first. Wild throw. Allows the run to come in and score. And now the tying run is in scoring position here for Cassville. On the E6. Almost a little bit too casual there from Van Loo. Now coming to the plate. It's Lucas Hudson, who has walked and had a sac bunt. So tying run is at second base. Lucas Hudson comes to the plate. What this does is you guarantee the top of the order. As that first pitch is high for a ball, so counts 1-0. You guarantee the top of the order a pitch. Jimmy Drollinger gets a bat in the 7th. We're going to have a pinch runner for England. And it's going to be number 24. Number 24 on it is Kellen Weldy. So Weldy is going to be the pinch runner here for Cassville. He is the tying run as that 1-0 is low and the count is 2-0 here on Hudson. 1 run in the inning already for Cassville. The 2-0, a big swing by Hudson, and that is missed, and the count is 2-1. 1 out still here in the 6th inning. So here comes the 2-1 offering. That pitch is swung on and missed as Hudson's been swinging hard here. The count is 2-2 now. As Reinhardt has worked it from 2-0 to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pinch runner Weldy is at second base. As here comes the 2-2 offering. That pitch he gets a piece of and spoils it foul. So the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tying run 180 feet away. As here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball hits the outside corner for strike 3, and there are 2 gone. Second strikeout of the afternoon for Reinhardt. That's a big one. As Grant Varner will come to the plate. Varner 0 for 2 on the day. He grounded out in his first plate appearance against Reinhardt. As here comes the first pitch, and that hits the outside corner. And the count is 0-1. This does, unless Weldy gets thrown out at home, as you guarantee top of your order gets the bats in the 7th. So that ball is hit to Reinhardt, and he's going to field his position 1-3, the putout. That will end the inning. But for Cassville, they do climb a run closer. 1 run on 1 hit. There was an error, and they strand 1. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning as East Newton has a 6-5 lead.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
The Bible says that our hearts are sinful, that it's full of evil imaginations.
Billy Graham.
The Bible says that our heart is desperately wicked. Who can know it? That's the reason Christ said, except a man is born again, he cannot see the kingdom of heaven. I ask you tonight, wouldn't you like to have a new heart? Wouldn't you like to have Christ tonight who can forgive the past, give you joy and peace in the present, and change your life for the future? He can do it if you let him. Give your life to Christ tonight. Let him give you a new heart, make you a new person.
What Jesus Christ offers you is nothing short of revolutionary. If you're ready to surrender your life to him, we can help. Visit us at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Top of the order here for East Newton in the 6th, looking to add on some insurance. They have a 6-5 lead, and they have the top of their order up against Stearns as that first pitch is a ball. Counts 1-0. Larson 1 for 2 on the day. Singled in the second, grounded out in the fourth. He also walked and scored in the first. Comes the 1-0. That ball is hit to shortstop. Fields cleanly throws to first in time. A 6-3 putout. And there is one down. Caden Cole will come to the plate. Cole 2 for 3 on the afternoon. He has singled in the first, grounded into fielder's choice in the second, and singled in the fourth inning. If you're Cassville, you got to get Cole out because I don't think you want anything to do with Braden Van Loo, who's on deck. That first pitch is high for a ball, and the count's 1-0. Keep up on the latest broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X at KNEO917 Sports. So that pitch is a ball, and the count's 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes here, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. So here comes the 2-0. Fouled back to the screen. The count is 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. As here comes that 2-1 offering. That ball is lifted in the air to left field. Left fielder goes back and snags it for the putout. And there are 2 down here, and if I was Cassville, I might just say, Braden Van Loo, you can head to first base. And that is exactly what they do. An intentional base on balls, as now Tanner Woods will come to the plate here, who's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. That's how big an out that second out was, because now you can intentionally walk Van Loo. And Tanner Woods will come to the plate here for the Patriots. Cassville trying to keep this a 1-run game heading to the 7th, where they'll have 9-1-2 to the plate. So they will be trying to tie or take a lead. As here comes the first pitch from Jared Stearns. So that first pitch is high for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Been an entertaining game here this afternoon from Aurora. 6-5 East Newton with the lead. As here comes the 1-0 offering. That pitch is popped up in the air, and the shortstop calls off the second baseman, and that will end the inning. For East Newton here in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We head to the 7th. Cassville needs a run to send us to the bottom of the 7th. East Newton just needs 3 outs to advance to Monday afternoon here on the KNEO Sports Network.
Loud noise, what you want, do.
We were dispatched out here to the old 1400 block. Got some suspicious activity back in the alleyway. 1023, we've got 2 suspects moving a lot of boxes back here in the alley. We're gonna approach and find out what's going on here. You two, let me see some ID.
Hey, we're the office concept guys. We're selling and moving copiers as fast as we can go.
104 HQ, this is just a copier company with a lot of sales going on.
Copy that.
This portion of broadcasting is sponsored by England Tax and Accounting, located at 615 Ozark, the main street in Stella, Missouri, offering tax preparation and accounting services for individuals, farms, and businesses. England Tax and Accounting in Stella, Missouri. For appointments, their phone number is 417-628-3406 or more information online at englandtax.net. The East Newton School District is a proud supporter of the East Newton Patriots and is proud of the accomplishments of the student athletes in today's game. They want to wish them much success and thank them for their hard work and dedication. Go Patriots from all your fans at the East Newton School District. Proud to support the East Newton Patriots and KNEO Radio.
Helping sponsor this portion of KNEO is Cassville Metal Building Supplies, 417-455-2525. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. until noon. They offer Mid-America garage doors and LiftMaster openers. They also have material for metal buildings, roofs, and more. Cassville Metal Building Supplies, 5 miles east of Walmart on Highway 59, 417-455-2525.
Carson Reinhardt will begin his third inning of work here, looking to close this one out as Cassville will send their 9-1 and 2 hitters, looking for 1 run to send us to the bottom of the 7th as the 1-0 is outside and the count is 2-0. 6-5 your score. Here comes the 2-0. Popped up in the air. The first baseman is going to call for it and snag it, and there is 1 down. Spencer Drollinger, the leadoff hitter for Cassville, come to the plate. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He has also walked and scored in the first inning. Cassville 4 hits in the contest with 5 runs. That first pitch is spoiled foul. The count is 0-1. Chase Roark on deck. If anybody reaches, Mason Bryan would come to the plate. Here comes the 0-1 from Reinhardt. That ball is hit up the middle. Second baseman is able to field it. Long throw to first, and he is safe at first base. I think you got to give Drollinger an infield single on the play. That was a nice effort by the second baseman, Howe, that he had a long ways to go. And the tying run is at first base as Chase Roark will come to the plate. The tying run's at first base. The go-ahead run is now in the batter's box with 1 out. So here comes the first pitch from Reinhardt. Swings and misses. Good throw, but not quite good enough as Roark swings through it. Stealing second is Drollinger. Now the tying run is 180 feet away, just like it was in the 6th inning. Cassville couldn't get that run in. That was a good throw by the catcher, Woods. Just not able to be fielded cleanly. The 0-1 bowed back to the screen, and the count is 0-2. And now Chase Roark needs to battle here for Cassville. Reinhardt looking for a strikeout. As here comes the 0-2 delivery. That 0-2 breaking ball, he got just a piece and keeps himself alive. Count remains 0-2. A matchup of the 4 and 5 seeds. This one has delivered. Count remains 0-2. Here comes another 0-2 offering. It's bounded in the dirt. Trying to take third is Drollinger, and he is out at third base. That ball bounced in there. It is a 2-5 put out. And now there are 2 down. And Roark now is the tying run. That's one that you have to be aware of what happened. You can't be picked off there. 1-2 the count here on Roark. That's one where you have to make sure it gets by because you know you're the tying run. Good throw by Woods and applied the tag to 1-2. Spoiled foul. Roark got enough piece of it to keep himself alive. Count remains 1-2. So here comes another 1-2 offering. That pitch is in the dirt. And the count's 2-2. Two outs here in the top of the 7th. So here comes that 2-2 offering, and that's outside. He's worked it full to 3-2. Full count here. As Roark just trying to get to the next batter, Mason Bryant. Here comes the full count offering. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And East Newton advances to Monday afternoon. For Cassville here in the 7th inning. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, and they don't strand anybody. Cassville finishes their year at 8-20 overall. East Newton improves to 8-18 on the season. Post-game show sponsored by GTC Broadband and Crowder College after this quick break here on the KNEO Sports Network.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is GTC Broadband. They would like to wish all the area teams much success both in the classroom and during their athletic competitions. GTC Broadband is located at 126 South Beaver Avenue in Granby, Missouri, and serve customers in the Granby and Diamond area. They offer internet and telephone service to both homes and businesses. To learn more, their website is www.gtcbroadband.net or by phone at 417-472-6211.
He was just a young man, but his mistakes landed him in prison. The ultimate wake-up call. He finally really wanted to get his life straightened out. Now, your prison may not be a correctional facility. You may be held captive by sinful habits or an unhealthy lifestyle. But you can begin again. Jesus died for your sins, offering you forgiveness and a new path for life. Find out how to begin a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Call or text us at 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us online at chataboutjesus.com.
And we welcome you back here for the final time. The post-game show sponsored by GTC Broadband and Crowder College as East Newton lives to see another day. They win this one by a final score of 6-5. They will face the 1 seed Seneca on Monday afternoon at 4 o'clock. We'll have that broadcast for you live on our website at kneo.org. It will be about a 3:30 pregame show with a 4 o'clock first pitch. For Cassville, 5 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors. They strand 3. For East Newton, 6 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors. They strand 7. Carson Reinhardt picks up the win, 3 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It was unearned, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Braden Van Loo got the start, 3 2/3, 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Jared Stearns gives complete game for Cassville. He takes the loss. 6 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. That will do it for us here this afternoon here from Aurora. East Newton is your victor here this afternoon. Once again, we will be back on Monday afternoon as The Patriots and the Indians do battle here from Aurora. 4 o'clock first pitch. 3:30 is your pregame show. Postgame show sponsored by GTC Broadband and Crowder College. We thank you so much for listening to high school baseball here on the KNEO Sports Network.
This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to make a difference for eternity.